You know, many years ago when I was a student, I remember watching my teacher transcribe a piece of music in a matter of minutes. You know, he didn't even rewind or recheck. He was just able to do it once through. And I was like, sir, how are you able to do this, and make it look so easy? And he said, it takes practice, it takes years of practice and experience. And one day he says, I hope you'll be able to do it. Now, fast forward that about 13, 14 years ago, and today I still can't able, I'm still unable to do what he did. Of course I can transcribe music now, but not as fast and not as efficient, like he did 10 years ago. But I realized today that being able to transcribe and having that skill of transcribing music is an important skill to have for any musician, and especially if you are an arranger. For me, I write for orchestras, I write for bands, and being able to transcribe has made my work a lot easier. And today, in this video, I'd like to share with you 5 reasons why transcribing is important. Let's check it out. Okay, so I've told you about my very fantastic teacher who's able to transcribe in just a matter of minutes. So, being a arranger today, I've been writing for orchestras for the past 10 years. I've written for orchestras, I've written for bands, and I find that really transcribing is a fundamental skill for any musician to have. Even if you're a performer, and especially if you are an arranger and composer, I believe when you are able to transcribe, it really helps you, and it has helped me for the past 10 years. It has helped me with my work tremendously. So let me share with you 5 reasons why I believe transcribing is important. Now, reason number 1. Now, the first reason why I believe transcribing is important is that it is a good form of ear training. Now, what do I mean by that? When you are transcribing, you'll be able to identify elements of music. And these are, basic elements in the music. You'll be able to identify notes. Of course, you'll be able to identify scales and modes. You'll be able to identify intervals. You're able to identify chords and harmonies. Yeah? So these are basic elements that are available in any kind of music that you listen to. And being able to transcribe will help you, will help you improve your listening skills. Now, that brings us to reason number 2. Now, reason number 2 why transcribing is important is that when you are able to identify these elements, you'll be able to analyze these elements. Then you'll be able to hear, oh, okay, he's, if you're a student studying improvisation, for example, when you're transcribing and when you're able to identify the scales and the modes, then you'll be able to analyze, oh, what kind of scale the improviser is using. If you are an arranging student, you'll be able to analyze the kinds of orchestration, the kinds of voicings that the arranger or the composer uses. You'll be able to analyze harmonies and progressions. You'll be able to analyze arrangements. Yeah? So, again, important skills to have. Which brings me to reason number 3. Now, reason number 3 is this. When you transcribe, you have to write. Yeah? And the more you transcribe, the more you write. The more you write, it just improves your writing skills. As an arranger, this helps me a lot. When I started writing the first time, it takes time to really study to make sure that your note groupings are proper, even to have clear and clean handwriting. But when you do it again and again, when you do it every day, then writing music becomes easy. And when you write, when you're able to write fast, you're able to produce music even faster. Now, I forgot one element. When you're transcribing music, you'll be able to not only hear notes and scales and intervals and chords, but rhythms as well. imagine, transcribing complicated, all those sophisticated rhythms, syncopated stuff, When you're able to transcribe all those things, and when you practice it again and again, it only makes things easier, and it only makes your listening abilities sharper. Yeah? So, moving on, let's go to reason number 4 why I believe transcribing is important. Now, all that, point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3, combine all that, what do you get? You learn new things. As a student, even as a professional for me, we are constantly learning something new. When we transcribe, we always discover something new, and it's a fun thing to have, and it only opens your mind to new ideas, to new kinds of sounds, to new possibilities, to things that you go like, wow, okay, I've never heard that kind of thing before. So, you will learn new things. It's a good form of searching for information. Which brings me to the final point. When you learn new things, naturally what happens is that you improve your vocabulary in music, you improve your language of music, you will improve your library of music. And this in turn will only make you a better, well-informed and I don't know what do you call it, you become a well-versed musician. Okay, and that is, as a musician, that is your ultimate goal. Yeah, when you have more ideas, when you have, when you have when you listen to more music, when you do lots of transcription, your vocabulary becomes wider. You'll be able to write more sophisticated stuff. You'll be able to always write something fresh, nothing, not just recycling old things. Yeah, and it makes you current. Music is an evolving art. Art is evolving, and there's always something new that someone is creating, even though it's recycled, but it sounds fresh, it sounds new. So what are those elements that is new, that makes it sound fresh? You'll discover it if you are able to transcribe. Okay, so I've given you the 5 reasons why I believe transcribing is an important skill for you to have. Now, of course, you tell me, but we can find transcriptions online. There are transcriptions, many kinds of transcriptions on YouTube. You can buy them online. You can buy the scores online. Okay, it's fine if you want to do that, but when you buy those transcriptions and just study them without going through the process of sitting down and listening and writing it down, transcribing them, you miss out on that learning process, that learning curve. You miss out, I believe, 3/4 of the process of getting there. And that 3/4 of that learning process is the most important part of the process. That is where you gain the most knowledge, when you have to sit down and listen to the music and take a pencil and write it on a piece of paper, not even using notation software, writing it on a piece of paper and really listening, stop and rewind and stop and rewind. You will learn so many things. You get used to the sound again and again and again and again, and it makes things, believe me, this is from experience, it makes things easier in the future. Your struggle, you will struggle less in the future when you want to learn new things, because as you keep on listening to new things, when you transcribe, you will listen. There's a lot of repetition in music. Progressions. You will hear 2-5-1s here and there. You will hear solo licks here and there. When you transcribe, you will be able to detect those things in a flick of a finger. Yeah, and that is why I believe when you transcribe, you have a great advantage, as compared to just buying the transcription and learning it. When you just memorize the score, when you just memorize the notes, you don't understand what's going on. And to me, when you want to learn something, when you understand it, then you don't even have to memorize it. For me, once you understand something, memorizing is automatic. Whereas when you memorize something without understanding it, you will forget it. You will forget it. Because why? You don't understand it. But when you understand something, it is automatically, instilled. It's automatically embedded in your brain, and you will remember it forever. Okay, so I hope you found this video interesting. I hope you found this video informative. If you like my video, please click the like button. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave your comments and suggestions down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in another video. So, happy learning and take care.